What's going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about Aurora Cannabis, and the one question that a lot of people have been asking: when is Aurora Cannabis going to reach $20 per share? So before we get started, I want to ask you guys to give me and give these little puppies a like. Hey, what happened to your ear? Give these little puppies a like. Say hi, guys. And as you can see, they're getting pretty big now. They're actually getting a little massive. Of course, this is the little one, and this is the biggest one right here. You can see the size comparison. And if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe, and let's get this video started. So back to Aurora Cannabis. We're going to be talking about two possible timelines when Aurora Cannabis can possibly be hitting $20 per share. Also, we will be talking about if Aurora Cannabis is lining up for a partnership, which could be another reason as to why Aurora Cannabis can hit $20 per share. So let's get this video started. So today I'm going to be looking at one key resistance line and one key support line. Now let's keep in mind, none of this is ever guaranteed. These patterns are sometimes very random and can change in a matter of days, seconds, minutes. So right now we're going to be looking at this key resistance line right here, which has been Aurora's previous all-time high, which was previously at around $15 and most recently a little bit above $16. Now this resistance line has gone up 11.23% in the past year. So it's pretty much saying that every year Aurora Cannabis is going up by 11.23%. Their all-time high, let's say Aurora Cannabis all-time high goes up by 11.23% every year. Then if we follow this key resistance line, then Aurora Cannabis would hit $20. And I'm just going to fast forward in time here. So Aurora Cannabis would hit $20 by February 2021. Now let's keep in mind, that's not guaranteed. That's if this pattern continues, which is once again never guaranteed because we've seen how volatile Aurora Cannabis can be. But I do believe Aurora Cannabis going up 11.23% every year consistently is pretty realistic. But obviously that's not the answer anyone wants to hear. Obviously, it would be very volatile. We would probably see Aurora Cannabis hit highs. The most recent high probably might be at around $17, then another pullback. It would pretty much continue to be volatile and use this line as a resistance line. So that's 11.3% every year. And now the best case scenario, which I think is a little more unlikely. Now we're going to zoom in a little more, which would be this current support line right here, which Aurora Cannabis has consistently been using as support. They bounced off it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if Aurora Cannabis continues to consistently uptrend on this support line, and this would be very unlikely. I think this is the most unrealistic one, which would mean that by the end of this year, if Aurora continues to climb up on this support line, we will go up by 289%, which is possible, but I would say very unlikely. I feel like 11.23% of gains every year is more realistic versus 289% every year. But if we continue to uptrend on this support line right here, Aurora Cannabis will be hitting $20 by the end of September, beginning of October of 2019. I have mentioned that I do believe Aurora Cannabis will land a deal by the end of October 2019. And there are a few reasons as to that. One of them will be edibles and CBD drinks will finally be legal in Canada on October 2019. So that could be a reason why I believe Aurora Cannabis could be working on a deal with either a company that can help them make CBD or edibles, and which will also lead us to an article that is titled, "Is Aurora Cannabis Lining Up a Major Partner? Pros and Cons." So let's talk about what will happen if Aurora Cannabis lands a partnership. I think that Aurora Cannabis will go up at least 100%. And I'm not just throwing up this number randomly. Let's take a look at previous companies that have landed a partner and how high they've gone up after landing a deal. So one of them being Canopy. So when Canopy made a deal, we've seen Canopy at that point trading in between $33 to $38. I just put them at $35. And we've seen them go as high as about $70, which was over 109% in gains in less than a month. It felt like that's double in stock price. So that was Canopy Growth after their Constellation brand deal. Then we also had Cron, which before the deal, Cron was trading at around $14, and we've seen Cron go as high as $31, and that was over 123%. So Canopy Growth with the deal went up 109%. Kronos with the deal went up 123%. So if Aurora Cannabis landed a deal, I would say we would go up at least 100%. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Aurora go up to $20 or more. possibly even $22, $24. Let's not forget that Aurora is the fan favorite. It's the number one stock on the Robinhood app, and the numbers don't lie. When I make an Aurora video, those are the videos that get the most views. So Aurora is obviously a fan favorite. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Aurora go up 150% if they landed the deal. So let's move on to this article, which is Aurora Cannabis lining up a major partner? Pros and cons. So here's the summary. Aurora chairman Michael Singer says company is discussing potential partnerships. Why it's possible, nothing on that side of its business has really changed. A look at the positives and negatives of a large partner for Aurora Cannabis. So those following or in the cannabis market, along with most in financial media, have apparently made the decision that having a large partner investing in a company is proof of its legitimacy as a long-term viable competitor in the cannabis sector. That has proven to be the case with Aurora Cannabis as well, with many questions coming from the media centering around whether it's working on or close to announcing a partnership with a big player. So in this article, we'll look at why it doesn't matter one way or the other and what the pros and cons of big investment from a company taking a significant position in Aurora could mean. In a recent interview with BNN Bloomberg, Chairman Singer has confirmed that the company was talking to other potential partners, but chose not to go into any detail on the matter. He did say that the deal could be announced within a 6-month period or so. So if we do the math, right now it's April. In 6 months, that would be October. And that's literally what I've been saying for the past month or so. I've been saying that I do think Aurora Cannabis is going to land a deal by October. And my guess was only based off the legalization of edibles and CBD drinks. But right here, we have some more confirmation by the chairman, Michael Singer, saying that a deal could be announced within a 6-month or so period. So the management has noted it does not have concerns over a large partner coming in and disrupting its entrepreneurial culture. That could be why the potential deal with Coca-Cola didn't work out. I agree with management on that concern. My view on partnerships is Aurora will be just as successful with or without a major one. It has plenty of production capacity in place with the potential, in my opinion, to add between 200 to 300,000 kilograms more annually based upon the facilities and available expansion space at current locations it controls. Now, I kind of disagree with that statement because I think Aurora does need a partner. Personally, because I'm a shareholder, I don't have a very large position, but I feel like Aurora clearly needs cash, and right now they're punishing their shareholders because they keep diluting more shares. So if they had a large partner, I think cash would no longer be a problem, and that would benefit us, the shareholders. And so I think that's a big problem. Cash is a really big problem because they keep borrowing cash. So as for Singer, his comments tell me there is nothing different one way or the other the company is doing to secure a significant partnership deal. I think it has more of an attitude that it must be extremely beneficial to Aurora and its shareholders for it to make sense. To simply enter into a deal because of market or media pressure would be a bad move for the company. Yes, it would get a big boost in its share price if it did, but it could come at huge cost to its culture, which is, in my view, the best in the business. Another very valid point. We don't want to see Aurora Cannabis jump into a deal immediately just because everyone wants a deal. Everyone wants the share price to go up because it's almost guaranteed that once Aurora Cannabis lands a deal, we will definitely be going over $20 per share. But I like the fact that they're not in a rush to do it. They're going to find the best deal that's suitable for us, the shareholders, and the company. It would be a nice short-term benefit, but over the long term, it could be detrimental to its performance. More deals will be made for sure, but I'm thinking we may see more of a series of deals that are moderate than a big players that have taken meaningful stakes in other cannabis producers, which is totally fine. I've actually talked about this on one of my videos before, titled 4 Potential Partners for Aurora Cannabis. I'm going to leave the link right here or in the description below. You guys could check it out. And I made a point about where I believe Aurora Cannabis can land more than one partner. What if they landed a partner in the CBD industry? What if they also landed a partner in the edible industry and in the alcoholic beverage industry? Why not have more than one partner? So I could be wrong, but it seems to me management of Aurora Cannabis doesn't want to expose itself too much to any individual company, resulting in too much influence in the day-by-day operations or input at the macro level. So there has been a lot of assumptions by the market that hiring of the billionaire Nelson Peltz was a prelude to making a big deal. But then again, I tend to think his value could be more in alignment with a series of deals that would be more beneficial to shareholders and the company. Peltz could also help open up markets outside of the types of investment partnerships Wall Street and financial media have focused on. So this is what the author had to say. I anticipate a number of smaller deals under the 1 billion mark, but larger deals at this stage of Aurora's growth cycle, that doesn't make a lot of sense. So he's saying that Aurora could land a couple small deals under 1 billion, but we won't be landing that one big deal that's over a billion. For example, the 4 billion invested into Canopy by Constellation and the Altria $1.8 billion deal. He doesn't believe that's going to happen with Aurora, which I wouldn't mind a bunch of small key players investing into Aurora Cannabis. Well, the good news is, even if I'm wrong, the company will do very well. And if I'm right, it'll do very well too. It's without a doubt a win-win scenario either way. So one large partnership or a bunch of small partners, Aurora wins either way. Whatever they're planning, whatever they're waiting for, I hope it's for good reason. So if the company does enter into a significant partnership, I expect it to find provisions in place that could offset the temptation of business bureaucrats to improve the business that has been going so well. So there you have it. I do think that was a very good article on Aurora Cannabis and their potential partners for the future. Once again, I'm going to show you guys this graph going up at 11.23%. And we're looking at their all-time highs. Aurora Cannabis will reach $20 by 2021. That's if it consistently continues to be volatile and their all-time highs continue to slowly go up by 11.23%. And then best case scenario, which I doubt is very unlikely unless we land a deal, would be this bottom support line, this uptrend line, which would be by October 2019, Aurora Cannabis would hit $20, which I think is the least likely one, because that would mean that Aurora Cannabis would be going up by 289% every year. And we're talking Canadian prices here. And right now we're currently sitting at $11.77. So Aurora Cannabis has almost went up by 100%. The more unlikely one, the most bullish scenario would be October 2019. And the slow but steady one would be by 2021. We could fast forward in time and see exactly when this line hits it. And it hits $20 at around February 2021, January 2021. The best case scenario would be Aurora Cannabis landing a deal, which we all want to see, or now it's potential that they could land more than one deal, which is what I would think would be the best case scenario, because Aurora Cannabis can have best of all worlds. They could have a partnership in edibles, in CBD, in the alcoholic beverage industry, in the medical industry. Their potential would be unlimited. But anyways, that's it for now, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to leave me a thumbs up. It really helps with my videos. Let's try to get this video to 100 likes. And if you guys are new to this channel, don't forget to smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye-bye. Say bye, guys. Say bye-bye, guys. Say bye-bye. Say Aurora Cannabis. Aurora Cannabis. Okay, we gotta go. Used you for clickbait.